everyone, my name is Elena and welcome to Shuffle Squad YouTube channel. I am very excited for today's video because of, well, one thing that I'm going to tell you that will explain why Mew VMAX means so much to me in this end of the season that we have. But before diving into it and explaining the deck choices, I just want to very quickly remind you that if you enjoy this type of videos and you want to support players at the Shuffle Squad or content creators, you really help us by using the links that we have down below in the description. And I mean, it's great because that also helps you get some discounts. If in case that you want some physical cards, you can use the Atlas collectionable links, or if you want some digital cards for PTCG Live, you can do the same thing at PTCGO store. And having said that, now let's jump into the juicy stuff, which is the deck list that I have here. Yeah, I know that this is not the right or the perfect way to showcase a deck, but it's the only one that I can find because we know that unless PTCG Live receives some sort of visual update, I'm not going to use it to discuss that list anytime soon. Anyways, so why Mew VMAX? I know that some of you might be thinking, hey, you know what, we've been seeing Mew VMAX for 2 years now, we don't need another list of Mew VMAX, and I agree, like partially agree, but the thing is that last week I finally got my invite to Worlds to Yokohama by playing Mew VMAX in my locals. I had a, well, I would say like a decent season in the sense that my only objective was to try to classify, to try to qualify for Japan, and I had to win some events at my locals, challenges and cups, and I did it by playing these 60 cards. So that's why a bit to celebrate, and also because I want to analyze and guide you through my deck choices, because I think that it could be good to share some of my past experiences. That's why I'm bringing you here Mew VMAX. So before starting into the 60 cards that I decided to incorporate, just some background for you to understand why I decided to choose Mew VMAX and not Lost Box or other consistent decks. My locals, they played best of one. I don't know yours, but well, they have, so Swiss rounds are best of one, and then Top Cut is best of three. So I knew that I wanted to play something that was as consistent as possible and very aggressive, because that way you can capitalize on your opponent not opening really well. Mew or Mew Meloetta were my top picks, but in my mind, Mew Meloetta is a worse version of Mew Control, because you are still kind of loose against Drapion, and Mew Meloetta is a deck that is supposed to attack turn 1, or is supposed to attack as soon as it has the chance. But I've tested the deck, and 30% of the times you just whiff the attack with Meloetta, unless you are really lucky and you draw every card that you need in the right order. So if a deck has been designed to do something and is not able to do it every single time, then do you understand my reasoning? Like, why would you decide to play it? So that's why I just decided to go with all Mew VMAX, and Path to the Peak plus Judge is really a difficult combination to get away from. It can really break your opponent, but it doesn't really depend on you, so you are going to be using Judge plus Path to the Peak to try to lock your opponent out of the game. Sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. So as long as you are prepared mentally for that type of scenarios, I think that all is good. So this is the list. I think that I'm just going to highlight some of the things that are different from a standard Mew VMAX builds. I decided not to run Oricorio in terms of the Pokémon list, just because I think that Oricorio is only going to make a difference in the mirror match, because that way when they use Escape Rope, you just promote Oricorio and they have to get one prize just in exchange of their attack. But honestly, I don't feel that Oricorio is this kind of cards that are going to turn any matchup into your favor. It does not really matter that much against Lost Box or against Gardevoir. In fact, it's like almost 3 prizes for Lost Box. So I really wanted to build a deck that would, so every card that I included in my deck, I wanted to have an immediate and a positive effect every time that I drew into it. So that's why Oricorio is not there. Of course, if you want, feel free to include Oricorio. It's not harmless, but I also don't feel that it was worth including it. The line of supporters are pretty standard. 3 Judges, 2 Boss's Orders, 1 Roxanne. In case that you're wondering, you could, if you want, you could play the 3rd Boss's Orders, but in my experience with Double Escape Rope, it's not really that necessary. The only reason why I would consider including a 3rd Boss Orders is if I would run Echoing Horn, which I am not, by the way. And I'm not using Echoing Horn because it's not 100% effective in every situation. I know that it can win you games, and it's fine, but that's it. I feel that if you don't run Echoing Horn, 2 bosses orders is the way to go, because more than that means more breaking possibilities for you. Instead, I decided to incorporate 1 copy of Arven, which is really good for a number of reasons. It will always give you something that you might want to use, whether that something is a switching guard, whether that something is a damage modifier, whether that something is a searching guard, but more importantly, it gives you access to a tool. So I am running 3 different types of tools in my deck. The 4 Sealess Stones that I might want to add the 3rd one, to be honest, the Choice Belt, and Cleansing Gloves, which are the MVP in this kind of deck. Now, by including Cleansing Gloves, it does not mean that you are going to have an instant favorable matchup against the decks like that have psychic attackers like Gardevoir or Lost Box, but it definitely gives you a chance. So against Lost Box, what you need to do with the Cleansing Gloves is always try to Psychic Leap your opponent, and that's something that you can do on the Confies and without any sort of Power Tablet in the equation, because you are just attaching the gloves, attacking with Mew, putting it back into your deck, and then you promote another Mew, a non-evolved Mew VMAX. That's the key. So in theory, if you're able to repeat that action a couple of turns, you will deny them the possibility of using Drapion. It is true that you can still lose that matchup, but I think that Cleansing Gloves are amazing. And the same thing happens for the Gardevoir matchup. Normally, it's really difficult to KO one Gardevoir, especially if they have only used the ability once. So Cleansing Gloves allows you not to need to draw, the 4 Power Tablets in just 1 turn. Apart from that, I think that the rest is pretty standard. Maybe the only change that I would consider making, I ran just 1 copy of Nest Ball and 1 copy of Hisuian Heavy Ball, but to be honest, Hisuian Heavy Ball was not that useful. I might want to run the second Nest Ball just for a better setup. But the issue that I have, and this is just a personal issue with the Nest Balls, is that I only draw them in late game when my bench is already full and I can't play it. Hisuian Heavy Ball, regardless of when you draw it, it's always a -1, which is good because that gives you more drawing power with Genesect. And I decided to run 1 Fan of Waves because I was expecting to play a lot of mirror matches, and in fact I was right because 1/3 of my matches were against either Mew Meloetta or Mew Control, and this was the real MVP. So that is it. That is the deck list. We are going to try it out in BTCG live and see how it works. If you have any questions about the deck list, feel free to drop a comment down below and I will do my best to answer as soon as possible. But I really think that Mew is a good deck, is a consistent deck, is not the top tier deck of the format. I still think that if you want to play something that is really powerful, you should go to either Lost Box or Gardevoir, but it's still pretty funny, and as I said, you path, you judge, and sometimes your opponent just concedes. So let's see the deck in action. Okay guys, so let's go and play some Mew games. I'm honestly not sure of what I should be expecting because you know that the ladder just recently reset it, so I don't know what this is going to mean for my matchmaking. Anyways, we'll find out very soon. So my opponent is getting to flip the coin and gets tails, so does it mean that... Okay, so they are going to definitely go first. In case that you are starting with Mew, you always want to get the first turn, because that way you are probably going to be getting the first KO. So we are going to give a mulligan to our opponent. The hand doesn't look great, but that is fine. Let's see if we can open with a couple of Battle VIP Pass. Okay, which we don't. That's a bit unfortunate, but at least we have Judge, so that should give us some additional resources as well. Okay, Manaphy. That might indicate that we are going against either Gardevoir or Lost Box. So this has to be Gardevoir, right? This has to be Gardevoir EX. Yeah, this is going to be a difficult matchup. I think that we have the advantage if we go first. But if we don't, well, it depends on their setup, right? It depends on their setup, and it also depends on how easy they are able to find a rare candy. If they get the turn 1 rare candy, that's definitely an issue. Okay, so I feel that they are setting up pretty nicely here with Greninja, with... Ooh, Okay, Greninja, and they go ahead and use the Zacian V, which I get it, but I feel it's a bit risky just to set up one long route here and just to leave the space for that. Okay, so what we are going to do, since we really want, let me check very quickly the amount of cards that I have. Okay, so this is good. Let me check my deck. Ooh, okay, so we only have two energies. The other ones are priced. So I think that I need to go. I mean, if I really wanted, I could kind of force my opponent to play down another energy in order to retreat some of these Pokemon, which could prevent them from doing something else. So I feel that the Escape Rope is not bad here. I don't think that we are going to get attacked, but yeah, I feel that this is good. And then we are going to judge him. We are going to judge straight away, and hopefully we will get a path out of this. Okay, no, we don't get a path, but at least we are going to be getting the Forest Sealstone, and I think that we are forced to path here. To go for the Battle VIP Pass here, because we need to set up some drawing guards. We definitely need to set up drawing guards, and the way in which we are going to be drawing guards is Genesect. Now, my issue here, well, I think it's fine. We are not going to be attacking. I don't think that we will be attacking any Gardevoir X anytime soon. This is good. Now, whenever I have a hand like this, I am always wondering whether should I use Cram-o-matic for the switch card, or should I keep the hand as is? I have the feeling that I need to keep the hand as is. And because that will give me access to the new Mew, so to the Mew VMAX. So I don't want to be greedy. It's true that even if I could still draw some cards with Genesect, but I feel it's kind of fine. Now my objective for the next turn is going to be to boss its only Kirlia. That is what I need to do. That is what I really need to do. And if I do that, I feel that I am in a really good position if I'm able to do that. Okay, second Ralph hits the bench, and then Mew, it's fine. We are not going to see a Gardevoir EX anytime soon. That is fine. They get a Battle VIP Pass that does not help at all. And probably they just end the turn. Okay, that's good. So they go for Zacian V. Well, if I do get a boss's orders, maybe I should go and get the first KO, right? Maybe that's something that I want to do. But I feel that I want to somehow play a bit safe in here. So I'm going to get the Mew. That's for sure. I really want to get the Mew. Okay, so now I'm thinking, considering, I think I'm going to, if I am able to boss and path, I think that I will boss Zacian, and that's it. I think that I'm just going to boss, well, let's see, let's first go ahead and discard some cards and see what we get. That is what we need to do in this stage. And okay, we get heads. That is going to be really cool. So I think that I'm going to get the boss's orders. And now, my line of thought is, I can get rid of Zacian, draw 2 more cards. That definitely works. If I do that, how many chances does my opponent of being able to evolve an attack and KO me with something? I think that they are very slim. So, being that the situation, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go boss orders. Like, how likely is that they are able to pop off my... Now, you know what? I think that I need to get the KO here. I feel that I need to get the KO here. Okay, that is good. That means that I can drop Path to the Peak here. I'm going to promote this. I am going to drop Path to the Peak, and all I'm going to do is Cross Fusion Strike for the KO with Technoblast. Okay, there we are. So we get the first KO. I am not that worried about my opponent now attacking me with a Gardevoir X. Look at that, so double 2 more energy. Okay, they still like, they need to get a way to pop up my stadium and to evolve into Gardevoir EX, which is something that they might be able to do now. Okay, so some interesting resources have already been discarded, like the medium. Is that medium? Yeah, like medium and well, and Roxanne. They probably still have access to what is it called? They still have access to Pal Pad. Oh, they surrender? Was that it? Okay, maybe they missed the Gardevoir EX. That was a really quick, easy game, honestly. I feel that my opponent didn't play it very well because they prioritized, for whatever reason, the Radiant Greninja. I think that you should have set up more copies of routes, but well, we don't know their hand, so that is it. Okay, so I think that we have time. Let's go for the second game. So this is game number 2, and let's see what we go against. I am myself trying to climb the ladder, but not entirely sure of what we are finding here. Anyway, so I get to flip the coin, and of course I lose. So we are going to go second once again, unless my opponent is playing something crazy, which would worry me a little bit, but my opponent is definitely going to get the first turn. So yeah, let's see if we are able to properly set up. Yeah, of course, my opponent gets the first turn. That was pretty much expected. And I get, oof. So, hand is not that bad, I guess, but it's definitely not good. If I am able to top deck something, just something that would allow me to search for a Pokemon, that would be amazing. And we are going against Miraidon EX. Okay, so here's the thing. Against Miraidon EX, you can lose if they set up and if they get the first KO. Which is something that, going first, my opponent is easily going to get. Then everything is kind of defined by the crucial moment in which you use Path to the Peak and you judge them. But if they are able to get the Drapion plus the Stadium, you lose. That basically is, you lose. So at some point, I would say that it does not depend on you, it kind of depends on them. How well they draw after your path and judge. Excuse me. So they have already used Double Electric Generator and they only hit 1 energy, which is fine. And now I will be able to set up, which is something that is absolutely great. So I don't want to discard my Mew VMAX without having the chance to look at the deck. So okay, I had two of them. I mean, it was a bit of a risk, but the issue that, or the reason why I didn't want to do that was because sometimes this was my only Mew in the deck because the 2 others were priced. I guess that, yeah, right, you cannot help it, but it is what it is. Okay, so the question that I have here is, do I want to path? Maybe I do want to path, because I can still get the tag, right? And then I have the judge, so I feel that I'm going to judge. Sorry, I feel that I'm going to path, and I won't judge. I feel that I won't judge here. Because if they want to attack me, they have to promote the Reiko. So, okay, they go ahead, they use Professor's Research. Of course, I don't know if they have Professor Research or not, but I didn't want to give them like a fresh, not a fresh, but additional cards. So now if they want to attack me, which is something that they definitely can do, all that they need to do is to find a switching card, like switching card or Escape Rope even, and promote that Reiko and attach 1 energy, of course. If they want to do it manually, they need to find another electric generator. Okay, so this is... Okay, so this is like a fluffy, heavy kind of deck, which means that every single attack, so every single attacker that we are able to take down, they are going to just recycle everything. Ooh, okay, but this is huge. This is huge because they weaved. This is huge, absolutely huge, because they weaved the switch. So now let's go all in. Let's use Yacht. Let's use Yacht. And I could use Vacuum if I wanted to. I think that at this point, I need to use Vacuum. So let's use Lost Vacuum here. I am probably not going to be needing another Mew, so I will discard this. And now My Genesects are live, so that means that I can draw some cards, and this is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. So I'm going to get myself another Genesect, and I really wonder if I should get myself another Mew, considering that the other one is there. I don't know, maybe, you know what, just for the sake of drawing, I feel it's good. I can, like, worst case scenario, I can always Psychic Leap. So I feel that this is going to be fine, and then let's draw some cards. Okay, I have the feeling that I don't want to use my resources here. I have the feeling that I really don't want to use my resources here. I could Path again, but not sure of whether that is going to matter or not. Well, it would matter if they have Drapion, right? So I guess that yes. I guess that yes, that I need to play down Path to the Peak. Definitely I need to play down Path to the Peak, and then Crush Fusion Strike. I will then use Technoblast for the KO. That is it. Yeah, it's good. I need to avoid them having Drapion. Now, if they do have Drapion, it goes back to what I was telling you guys at the at the beginning of this game, that there is a really crucial moment in this matchup in which you judge and path your opponent, but if they are able to find Drapion and a way to remove your stadium, you basically just lose. So, and there is nothing that you can do against it. There is nothing at all that you can do against it. Okay, so they played the third Electric Generator. There comes the Drapion. I guess that they have the stadium, or they are going to find the stadium. But again, like, I cannot do anything. If they have the stadium, they did have the stadium. Okay, that is fine. That is fine. That is fine. Okay, so they did have the stadium. That's definitely a problem. That's definitely an issue. I am going to KO the Drapion, and I cannot Roxanne them anymore because I sent it to the... If I am not mistaken, I sent... No, it was in the other... No, sorry, I didn't send Roxanne. So Roxanne should still be in my deck. So I need to Roxanne them and Path, and hope that they don't have a second Drapion. At least I got the first KO, so that's good. I don't think that they have a way to KO my Mew VMAX, but let's try. Okay, so what do we need to do here? What is happening here? Hey, what is happening? What is happening? It does not let me do anything. Like, the timer is going down, but it just not... Okay, my turn. Okay. Okay, that was very, very, very weird. Anyways, so... let's see if I can get the Roxanne. Let's see if I get... Okay. So here we are. I'm going to try to get the Roxanne here. And there must still be some paths to the peaks. Okay, so... I feel that in this situation... Well, definitely this needs to be played. Because if not, I'm not going to be able to hit the numbers. And I'm just going to Roxanne, you know? I'm just going to Roxanne here. I'm just going to Roxanne. Okay, this is really good. This is really good. I'm going for Cram-o-matic here, discarding this that I don't want. And let's see if I hit... Okay, I didn't hit what I wanted, but that is fine. I'm just going to be attaching some energies here and there. And I'm going to attach the second one here. I really want to kind of... For the only reason why I want to use Path to the Peak here is because I'm really, really, really stressed out of my opponent being able to have a second Drapion. That's the only reason why I'm trying to find the Path to the Peak here. We are, so we will find ourselves another copy of Path to the Peak. And we should be pretty good, right? So let's draw some cards. Yeah, some additional cards, just because the second turn or the next turn we will want to find boss's orders. We are going to be wanting to find boss's orders, and I feel that we are okay. We don't need to waste any more resources. So let's play this here, and I've already played... No, it is more than enough because I have the choice band attached. So Cross Fusion Strike and Technoblast. Now, again, if my opponent after a Roxanne is able to hit a second Drapion and a way to remove the stadium, we are done. But it does not depend on us. It definitely does not depend on us. If they KO whatever that we have on the bench, that's fine because we just revenge KO, okay? So they got the Forest Seal Stone. And that worries me. The fact that they got the Forest Seal Stone, please don't tell me that they have a combination of Stadium and yeah, please don't tell me that after Roxanne they got a second Drapion. Not that I know that they are playing a second Drapion, I don't think that they have a space to play a second Drapion with the fluffy lines and all of that, right? But now I'm really concerned. This type of decks, they don't usually play Luminion, so... Oh, I'm really seeing the second Drapion, guys. I'm really seeing the second Drapion here. The second Drapion making an appearance and me losing the game. Okay. No, don't tell me please that you have a second Drapion. Please, just don't. No, that would be absolutely insane. Okay, well, they didn't remove... Okay, that is fine. That is fine. Okay. I was literally sweating. Okay, that's good. So basically we just won. Also because we got the boss's orders. And this will give us a Switch card. So we just... Well, I hope that this means that we just won. Unless now a Drapion makes an appearance. And something to bob the path to the peak. These very weird moments when you don't know exactly what your opponent is playing and you know that there is a very unlikely combination for them to win it, but if there is something that I've truly learned after so many years of playing Pokemon TCG is that you have to always expect the unexpected. Okay, so Dynamotor from Fluffy. I think that they are going to hit me with a Snorlax, right? Yes. They are going to hit me with a Snorlax, that is fine. I wonder how many switching cards do they run, because they need to run some because of Snorlax, right? Okay, but we just won the game. Okay, Snorlax keeps sleeping. So now my turn. And now what we are going to do here is we will start Alchemy. We are going to get the Switch, which is here. Then we are going to swap into this. I am going to go for boss's orders here. And if I am not mistaken, then with the Choice Belt, I have enough damage to use Cross Fusion Strike and get the final KO. Whew! That was intense. That was intense. I was a bit scared for just 1 second, but it definitely paid off. So really good. I think that it was a nice video. We didn't get to use the gloves, but because we didn't play against anything that really required us. Maybe Gardevoir could have been an option, but anyways, yeah. So this is the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, please consider leaving a like and subscribe to the Shuffle Squad YouTube channel. And thanks so much for being here with me once again. We will see each other very soon, likely next week, with another video and with another deck analysis. So, bye-bye!
The Shuffle Squad is proudly sponsored by Ultimate Guard. Ultimate Guard provides premium protection for your cards. If you need anything from sleeves to deck boxes, then Ultimate Guard has you covered. If you're a player or just a collector, you know that your cards will be protected. Check out their top-of-the-line katana sleeves. These are the best sleeves on the market with a clear window for visibility and provide a perfect shuffle. If you're not a fan of clear windowed sleeves, then Cortexes are for you. These matted sleeves are like their katanas, but at a lower price. Their shuffle is just as good and the protection is superb. So, what are you waiting for? Help support the team by checking out the affiliate link below and ordering some fresh Ultimate Guard products today to get you shuffling.
The Shuffle Squad is proudly sponsored by Atlas Collectibles, the best place to buy any trading card game product online. Visit atlastcg.com and at the checkout screen make sure to use code TSS12 to save an unbeatable 12% off your entire order. Atlas Collectibles will ship your product anywhere in the world, so make sure you're taking advantage of the 12% savings with TSS12. And if Pokemon is not your thing, don't worry. Go to atlastcg.com and see all the other amazing trading card game products they have there to offer.
The Shuffle Squad is partnered with PTC Geostore to provide our community with the best access to Pokemon TCG codes. They have codes available 24/7, instant email delivery, and you can save 5% off by using code TSS5. If you're a YouTube member or Patreon supporter, you'll have access to a special code that gets you 10% off. So what are you waiting for? Use code TSS5 today and save 5% on your next order of codes on any codes available at ptcgeostore.com.
Are you trying to be the best like no one ever was? Now is your time. Head on over to Metafy.gg and search out all our amazing Pokemon TCG coaches where you can book all sorts of training plans ranging from deck help to full season sessions with your favorite coach. What a great way to up your game. Check out Metafy.gg in the description below and take your game to the next level. Challenge yourself against trainers from around the world to compete for the biggest online prizing yet.
Are you ready for an unbelievable tournament unlike anything else you've ever seen before? The Shuffle Squad is proud to announce our newest tournament series, the Late Night Event, with an amazing grand prize that's bound to have you excited.
Players can compete via play.limitless.tcg.com's online tournament platform every Tuesday to get a chance to earn weekly prizes. And every week, your placement in the tournament is tallied by points based on your best finishes to earn your rank for the Late Night Invitational event.
The series will be conducted starting February 7th of 2023 and carry all the way through to the Invitational on July 9th of 2023, where the top players will be rewarded the grand prizing.
And the grand prize is a signed jersey and photo op with the entire Shuffle Squad, as well as a fully paid trip to the Pokemon World Championships in Yokohama, Japan. This includes hotel and airfare, whether you're a player or a spectator.
Don't forget to check out all the live coverage on our YouTube and Twitch channel of the top cuts of these events for every week. And subscribe so you can get notified where to watch the Late Night Events Invitational brought to you by the Shuffle Squad. Now get out there and start winning. We'll see you in Japan.